So I got to say, I have been a fan of the Orville since the start when it was on Fox originally. It has been such a fun journey to see it evolve the way it has, and New Horizons is no different. So Jay, I'd like to start with you
Okay.
because I find it so fascinating that your journey from working as a receptionist at Fuzzy Door to where you are now. And so I'm curious what that's been like for you, really, that evolution in your career working with Seth and Scott, another, Fuzzy Door alum at this point, or vet at this
Sure.
point.
Yeah.
It's a blessing. It's a big blessing. When I first came to LA, I came out to act. I was young, had a theater degree, so I just knew I was going to come out here and blow up and be a star. It's not how it works, right? And 30 days into moving to LA, I got the opportunity to be the receptionist at Family Guy. And I never seen the show, didn't know who Seth was. But it was a part of my path. So I took it and said, well, see what happens. And met Scott. He was doing American Dad. It was the first year American Dad had come out. Family Guy got brought back. And became really good friends with Seth and a lot of people. And if you would have told me then that this would have been my trajectory, I would have laughed. There's no way I would have thought this would have happened. And it's been an interesting ride, But I think to close it off, I guess trusting yourself and putting one foot in front of the other and believing that doors will open and be nice to everybody because you have no idea who you're going to be kicking it with.
What's great about, I gotta just do this real quick. What's great about Jay Lee is, yes, he was the receptionist at Family Guy and American Dad. When I heard he was up for this, I wasn't surprised at all because I knew he was an actor. So everybody else was like, Jay Lee from the desk at the thing? I'm like, yeah, no, I did. And what Jay Lee had to do because of that, I think the hurdles you had to go over to get this part were even bigger because Seth wanted you, but you still had to talk 20 other people into hiring you who knew you were a receptionist. And that I always found that just because they went, oh, so he's not an actor. Yo, he is an actor. You have to.
That's a great point. And just very quickly, it's Seth MacFarlane and it's this show and it's huge. I'm sure anybody that's in my type or that could play John Lamar was probably trying to get. I'm sure every agent was trying to get their client to. But thankfully, Seth was, when he told me about it, we were already pals. He was like, "Hey, I don't know if you want to do this sci-fi thing I got, but I got this part." And I'm like, all right, and here we are.
That's amazing. That's a real inspirational story for many others out there in the industry. So that's awesome. So what has it been like for you to watching the evolution of both your characters and this show throughout its seasons? Because I mean, the first season had a little bit of a mixed response, but then that second season received so much better reviews from everybody. And season 3, I can tell, is already gonna follow suit. So I mean, what's that been like for both of you seeing this evolution?
I think, first of all, the whole thing, all 3 seasons feel like one season to me. I can't. We've been doing this so long, and because it's not like traditional television, we just we work long days and months for something. So for 10 episodes, right? You'd usually do it. I'm just so happy that we got a chance to do 3 seasons. I thought the first season obviously is more comic, more funny, and I knew that. I knew Seth wanted to make the show that this season is. He kind of bridged the second season with what maybe Fox wanted and what he wanted. And then this one is Seth MacFarlane. So I'm just happy that we got a chance to make the show he truly.
Yeah. No, I'm 100% agreeing with you.
Yeah. So, and also just proud to be happy to be working. I've said this a couple times, but lots of shows didn't make it through the pandemic and shut down. Continue or whatever, and we, because of Seth and Hulu and all the producers and people really working hard to make this safe, we got to stay at work.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you did too, because you're right. I mean, there were even shows that Netflix had renewed that didn't even get their second seasons filmed because Netflix decided to pull the plug retroactively. So I'm glad Hulu and the producers stuck with it, because this is it's exciting what you've delivered so far. So
thanks.
With that said, a lot of people that I've talked to today have mentioned that they got the scripts before the shutdown. And I know that Adrian and Penny said that they did not read them. They wanted to wait until the production started. Was that the same case for you two, or did you just dive in as soon as you got them?
No, I waited. I'm the same. I didn't even want to watch the episodes that they sent out for people to screen. And Seth had even had, we select few people got to, we'll go to his house and he'll show us some scenes. But I kind of like to wait. I kind of want to see it when it's, all shiny and done. Because when we shoot it in so many different parts. So you have no idea. And then you look at the end result and you're like, oh my God, I'm a part of that. That's crazy, But no, I kind of waited. I waited.
And our scripts changed so much. We would get, I'm not complaining, but Jay Lee will tell you the emails that we would get daily of different versions.
Yeah.
We'd run out of colors. You'd run out of whatever, and have to look at what's the newest version of this script. So I kind of
that was just you though. They were just saying that was just because you had trouble
because they like. Yep, that's why. Yeah. They wanted me to. Yeah. So there's probably scripts out there, and I'm sorry as an actor to say this. There's probably a couple of scripts from this season I didn't even read. They were just being thrown at us, and I was there, and I don't know. So now I'm going to be able to watch it, and more.
So what was it like for both of you then, finally getting to step back on set after such a long gap in productions due to the pandemic and everything?
Jaylee, you go.
It kind of, it felt like riding a bike in a weird sense, with everything that was going on in the world, just finding some level of normalcy or familiarity, I think was really beneficial. And then being able to get to go to work and all the safety protocols and getting into that bubble and being on set, it felt special, And it also still, and this goes to Seth, it was all about making a good product, not rushing anything, not trying to hurry up and placate. It was, no, we're going to do this and we're going to do it right. We had the best person sort of leading that ship for us.
My first day back from pandemic, now I do remember, I was in a flight suit. I think I'm allowed to say that. And a helmet and all this gear, very claustrophobic, and then put into this tiny little space. And I have a mask on, and I was like, this isn't going to work, man. I don't know how we're going to do this, because I was flipping out. It got better, and everybody got used to it, right? Because with the mask and all that thing, but I'll never forget going, this is uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And that was it. That was just me complaining to you guys just now. I shouldn't complain.
That was a pretty cool action sequence, though, too. I will admit, the dog fight. That was a lot of fun to watch, and it was also a testament to the upped production values that you had this season for Hulu. And so, with that, I'm curious: did you notice any different vibe or atmosphere when you came back on set in comparison to past seasons?
I mean, not atmosphere, just sets. These giant. We would do these scenes on an alien planet where the entire soundstage was the planet, was the interior of something, and then 3 days later, when you're done filming it, they tear it down. I was just so amazed at the level of the turnover of these sets that were being built, and I was like, this season's going to be different. This one's Seth has some ideas that are a little bit more expensive than the last previous ideas.
Yeah, and a lot of that goes to the sort of post production. The special effects, the details. Brandon showed us, you can see the windows on the Orville.
Yeah.
Those panels, like that stuff is very detailed and intricate. You got to really care to do that.
Brandon and Brooke and Tom and all these people. I mean, on the day, if you're doing a scene, he would have an iPad. Brandon would show you kind of like a previs already done. He had this one app where we'd be somewhere. I think you saw the episode on a football field, and he's showing me this creature within the football field that I'm looking at, like in to show how big it was, so you could react and where you're supposed to look. That level of technology is something I truly don't understand. But
and I think he created that too. That app. Yeah.
That's amazing. And I'm sure as actors, it's helpful to have that
Very much.
in addition to, maybe a green tennis ball
Yeah.
way high on a stick.
Yeah. You got whatever works, you know?
Exactly. So Scott, my next question is for you. With this season, we get to meet a new crew member with Charlie, and in that premiere, you especially have a lot of interaction with her, and we get a little bit of insight into how you're feeling about the K-Lon attacks and everything. And so I'm curious what that was like for you working alongside Anne and sort of building that rapport off camera, and sort of welcoming her onto the crew.
Ann Winters is a terrific addition, both in person and as a character on the show. She's easy to be around as an actor, and really talented actress too. The other thing, it's tough, man. Tough to John Lamar, who sat next to me for a long time. That was a tough seat to fill, and she does. It's hard at first to bring someone new on, but we share our kind of disdain for Isaac. Me for one reason and her for another reason. So we had that connection. But she's a trooper in every way. Again, Anne had to come on to a 2-season show where everybody's goofy and knows all the little, so many inside jokes with this crew, and that's just not an easy thing to do. So I my hat's off to Annie Winters, and you're going to see she's just a very talented human being. But I do miss having John Lamar, Jay Lee there, because we had
at the helm. Yeah, we got to get that podcast.
The helm. That's what it was.
The helm. Yep.
I like that idea. I would certainly listen to it, because before I watched the screeners for today, I went back and rewatched the first 2 seasons because I wanted to refamiliarize, and it came to my attention like through season 2. I was like, well, that's right, John's not here. I miss John and Gordon together. We need more of that.
We had
and
sorry to say
and
this,
with that,
we had it tougher, Jay Lee, because you have to realize everybody else looks forward, right, on the ship.
Yeah.
We had the one close up, but Jay Lee and I would say stuff forward and turn around to say to the people. So we had to do scenes way more than everybody else.
Yeah.
You're right. You had a lot more physicality than most do on that bridge.
Yeah. I just give myself a compliment.
It was so tough being me, but I did it.
Oh, that's awesome. For my final question, though, I know you can't give too much away about this season, but can we expect John and Gordon to share more screen time together this season than maybe we saw in season 2?
I think we have some moments. I honestly forget what the season has in store, because the last couple of years have been a whirlwind. But I still have my seat on the bridge. I'm over, on the side, the engineer station. And Gordon comes down to engineer sometimes when he's trying to bother me when I'm trying to work and save the day. He comes down and pisses me off.
I'll say this. We had that already, that dynamic between us. It was great. And we have to save something for season 4. So
yeah, there we go.
Which there better be a season 4. I will be very upset if Hulu does not keep this going, because I know you both and Seth and everybody else has a lot more to give. So thank you guys so much for taking the time to chat. I really do appreciate it.
For sure. Right on, Grant. Nice to meet you, bud.